Hello Galactic family. We have reached a crucial moment of evolution. We are moving collectively to a port where crystal energy will open the doors of integrity, inviting all humans who ardently desire to be all that are, to be permitted, from this eternal now, to live and exist that will flourish and give fruits from their own conscious actions. We are bidding farewell to the dangers of the dense energies that drew us to all sorts of misunderstandings and deviations from our true purpose. We are bidding farewell to pain for the love that is in us. Of course, that does not mean, by any means, that there will be no more misunderstanding. Only they will be clear, crystal clear, and anyone can see. Saturn emerges undisputed in the heavens with its luminous rings, ready to inaugurate a period of 36 years under its regency. And it starts with the double regency. It is the regent himself of 2017, as well as the regent of the period that goes from 2017 to 2052, and in even more auspicious terms, it is he who governs the period in which we will be under the beneficent outpourings of the solar radiation of the energies of summer solstice in the southern hemisphere, since Saturn rules Capricorn in the period between December 22nd and January 20th. When Mega Portal 12-12-12 was set off for the new humanity from Egypt, we started to counting the new Earth time marker from this date, for all subsequent years. We have inaugurated a new calendar more updated and compatible with the new level of energy and vibration of the new Earth. So, as of December 12, 2012, the new year of the new Earth is celebrated on 12/12 every year. So, on December 12, 2016, we are entering the year 5 of new Earth. This is an important point to be understood. This date is very significant in terms of new humanity and new holography. Mega Portal 12-12-12 is a milestone in our evolutionary trajectory and has changed, forever, our old trajectory. This is respected, and all really serious channels follow the same non-linear count, that this Korean channel in Brazil started on December 12, 2012 in Egypt, when the opening of Mega Portal 12-12-12 was performed. This is of great significance also at this moment, and for this very reason we must look with much reverence at what we have achieved so far, for it is the fabric of the new reality being offered in deep love and respect by the birth of a new humanity to from us same. Also in this same period in December, on December 22, 2016, we have the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere of the planet. It is on this day that the sun occupies the so-called Metatronic zenith, the highest point on our crown. It is the summit and therefore the apogee of a new era being born on the crown of humanity. And this happens first here in the southern hemisphere, in Brazil, in the land of the Kundalini energy guardians. This is because in Brazil, precisely in São Paulo, Mato Grosso do Sul and part of Paraná, we have the Tropic of Capricornia crossing the country, which still crosses Argentina, Chile and Paraguay, in South America. This Tropic of Capricorn, of course, is also governed by Saturn's crystalline energy. At noon on December 22, 2016, we will have the Sun in crown, at the climax of solar light irradiation. This means that, likewise, the shadow will be in your nadir, that is, under your feet, in equal proportion, in a point diametrically opposite the crown. The nadir is opposite to the zenith and consists precisely in the lowest point, which is below the feet of the same observer. This means that the irradiation of your corona's metatronic light will dazzle all your chakras column at this moment of the solstice if you are in perfect alignment with the truth of your soul. In energetic terms this is even more fundamental and must therefore be well understood. The star-soul connection, which is 33 centimeters above the coronary chakra, will enter into direct connection with the flower of Earth connection, which is 18 centimeters below the soles of the feet, forming a perfect angle of 180 equal 9. Thus, a full cycle where the light and the shadow consciousness illusion were in constant disadvantage ends. At this very moment from the apex of the solstice, they will enter perfect balance, revealing the greatness of our I Am that has made us here in this unique moment. All this happening under the irradiation of the crystalline energy of Saturno, the Great Father, that inaugurates in the year 5 of Nova Terra, in its first year of regency in the new age of Aquarius, soon after the mega portal 999 has closed the cycle of continuous repetitions. This also, in collective terms, symbolizes that Brazil, in these places under the Tropic of Capricorn, will receive an injection of very high solar irradiation in the crown, topo, in the coronary chakra, aligning the crystalline energies that will be brought by the summer solstice with the configuration of which the regent of the month, of the year, and of the period, shall be plenary in presence, that is, in its completude. Saturno rules Capricorn and begins his regency on December 22, the day of the summer solstice. Then the solstice will also have a double regency for three-dimensionality, just as for us, who are the bearers of the new consciousness, will symbolize that we are living in a triple regency moment. At the moment of the solstice, the southern hemisphere will be inclined about 23.5 degrees towards the sun. 23.5 equal 55, which is the frequency of the master alchemist according to Master Saint Germain, and is also opposite to the winter solstice, the dia longer year, that is, the one that contains the most light. The energy radiated over the imaginary line of the Tropic of Capricorn will serve as a support base, especially for Brazil, which is the Kundalini ascended crib, and for Chile, which has in the Andes Mountains, the place where Kundalini energy moved, after coming from the chain of the Himalayas, the place where, precisely, the mega portal 999 was started and also celebrated by this channel of Kryn in Brazil. I am very motivated to believe that we have a perfect scenario, facing this beautiful mosaic of convergent experiences and events and this mysterious and fascinating set of synchronicities, which undoubtedly point to a new point of harmonic convergence, unequivocally marking the idea of the great beginning of the crystal era, shortly before the arrival of mega portal 111, on January 1, 2017, at 01:11 a.m. of the dawn of the linear new year, when the system will then be reinitialized. And it is precisely this that will make all the difference in separating the tares and the wheat in our choices from this now. This fantastic configuration will bring us the benefit of being immensely favored, because there will no longer be pernicious energy on the wall. This position of not assuming a choice becomes an immediate response, and is configured as a position, even if there is a denial of this fact. No one else can claim that they have no opinion on anything. Just as there will no longer be the veil of Maya for those who choose to be crystalline, for those who decide to be the bearers of consciousness, and so they can radiate their light and their love to their own creations from the choices of consciousness and heart. These choices could not be born, in service to the new earth, manifested in this level of reality if they were fruits, once again, of great illusions. Everything from this moment must be born of clarity. That is why the solar energy of this forthcoming summer solstice will be crucial to our destinies from the decisions we make internally. It is as if the sun would radiate, symbolically, the decisions that are made from this now. With your light positioned on the facts, we can no longer claim that something was obscure and did not present itself the way it should for each of us. We can even say that clarity, in the crystalline age, will be the mother of all things. That is why integrity is the tonic of crystalline energy. Without it, it would be impossible to maintain clarity throughout creation. We will have to commit ourselves to live our creations with the highest consciousness, with the love and respect that they deserve, because that is how we will stay integrated and aligned with our truths. The moment we are meet, truly, with many of those who think, feel and desire to live the experience as we live, it is also coming. Many partnerships, long promised by the highest levels of consciousness of the authentic self, are only now coming to us, and are being realized in an elegant and pleasurable way. As well as support, which in fact was exactly always here, but never expressed our favor, is also coming our way. These, we can say, are the blessings energy crystallina serving us, will not be more arms and hands so invisible like this. Everyone begins to perceive that it is a material experience still, very material, and that, little by little, is becoming subtle, without great scares. But we are all here to live matter with a new consciousness, with due reverence over everything that it can bring us in terms of concreteness and manifestation by presenting us with joys and joys, without the excesses of lack of the old paradigm of it was fish that we left behind. Because of so many faults and losses in the old paradigm, it is that when there was the possibility of obtaining something, this would be experienced with all kinds of excesses, so that humans would always be at the height of need or exacerbated consumerism, but never in balance, always away from your center, completely removed from consciousness. Everyone now needs a lot of generosity, as well as resources of all kinds in the material sphere, so that the new earth will leave the grounds of our hearts, where it was initially conceived, and become a reality for us all. Without due material conditions, the new earth will be no more than an organized movement internally. There is much to be revised, rethought, deconstructed, dissolved, in order to give way to the new, to what is really understood in the matter of experience on earth. So it is Saturn that brings the building concrete that opens this 36-year cycle in year 5 of Nova Terra. This year 2017 will be the first year of the regency, of the 36 years in which Saturn will be Lord of the skies, and it happens soon after the conclusion of the complete cycle that happened in Mega Portal 999 where, for the first time, of energy came to Earth to serve the whole of humanity, because of the consciousness that hired it. It was love that brought this massive wave that dissolved the last plots of the ancient tissue of illusion, in which humanity has been plunged, for eons, since the fall of consciousness in Atlantis. After a long period of shadows in the illusion, it really takes a lot of solar light so that humanity, which has lived through long periods of darkness, completely deprived of the sunlight, can again be adapted to the new pattern of new era of freedom and consciousness. Because it is in this age of Aquarius that each one will bring his own light to express himself in the new earth. There is a conscious movement of energy itself, which serves the intelligence of the light, so that everything gains new contours, and that these permeate the new propositions of being and exist in a new holography. We will be pushing ourselves to seek, to make and to realize the new, which pleases our child of light so much. And she can then reveal her innate abilities to create with lightness, joy and softness. We will also see, with all clarity, the abyss that will separate conscious creations from situations that only creep as a result of illusion and the negligence of consciousness, which always lead to victimization and drag crowds to despair. Likewise, we will come to see, in a very crystalline way, who truly serves in the light of consciousness, and who is only distracted, because he will not, and does not want to do so, in this now. It is very important that we let go of the attachments to the people who choose to live the distraction of the new age if we really want to move forward, We must let go of the fear of not being loved, accepted, understood or approved by others. Only you will be your endorser in the crystalline age. Saturn is strict about it. He asks for a posture of deep self-knowledge of each being that wishes to evolve during his regency. Those who practice only the machio rampant in the pursuit of profits, or even by pure manipulation, will be unmasked. And, maybe, just maybe, with some sadness, but knowing that it must be so, we'll say goodbye to old friends, acquaintances, relatives, to honor their choices, so that we may all be free to live our lives. A great break is yet to come, and it will be final. We will live in two lands from 2017, and this will be very clear to all who observe the movement of life. A mesh of love is being placed under the personal and collective creations of humans, and of the new humanity which they represent, in order to keep everything that was built, and conquered, to this point, intact, from the attacks of the lower mental. However, it is necessary to have discernment to know how to protect what is necessary, and to let go of what no longer serves us. Also, we will see some unpleasant episodes, because inadequate choices lead to unsatisfactory harvests. Some will try to jump in a last desperate attempt to overcome the abyss, but it will be late. The abyss also exists as a way to protect new crystalline creations and humans who wish to enjoy them. In this brand new scenario, Saturno appears in a way never seen before, brilliant, dazzling, and decisive. And it will be in the Metatronic zenith at this coming summer solstice on December 22nd in the southern hemisphere. Its rings hold the new experience profile. They function as holographic projectors that bring the seeds of the biocrystal portal open in 2014. Finally, the crystal seeds of light from the biocrystal portal that have overcome the force of the earth, begin to bear fruit of integrity, and the herbs weeds that have tried to pass through crystalline seeds are counting. These holographic light halos are shaped from the crystal liquid light, the divine primordial element EPD that allowed the earth experience to emerge in its early stages. Crystal water will be the new element of Nova Earth. And Saturno arrives, inaugurating this new cycle, with this new composition, to attend this new body of light. Well, a new matrix is taking shape and enveloping us, cell to cell, molecule to molecule. The field of infinite possibilities of our new Earth is being born with all its magnificence. We are being prepared for the RE system initialization. How come ALL changes and nothing changes? We have only evolved into a new and unpublished portion, but as we evolve, the whole experience rises with us. We take in ourselves the result of experience in the form of evolution. And what was foretold, one day, has now been fulfilled when I hire. All experience evolves together with me. We are all here, in this time, because as divine sparks we choose, long before this experience is fulfilled, we would become unique beings and we would be the ones bringing the Creator's expression in us to produce the miracle of a new earth. And through this gift we are receiving the blessing of watching this miracle be produced, live, in color, from our will. We are already moving fast, there is much more to be accomplished. Do not miss the curve of sight, but project beyond it. What is within the integrity standard and was triggered in pure intention has already been fulfilled. We are just remembering how did we get there, in such a place that does not exist. Welcome, New Earth, we love you. Glad you finally arrived. We were anxious waiting. And so it is.